Welcome to the Inner Alchemy Podcast, a journey inward into the patterns, shadows, and truths that shape the way we love, heal, and rise. Beneath the ashes, a single ember waits, and here, together, we learn how to breathe it back into flame. Welcome to the Inner Alchemy Podcast. We are on Symphony of the Seas, and this is David Drake. He's somebody I met in the hot tub. Actually, we sang karaoke against each other in the competition.
Right. I mean, we intend to sing against each other tonight.
Yeah, tonight's the finals, and so we'll go head-to-head tonight and figure out who's the karaoke superstar of the ship.
Yeah, and my body decided to give you a handicap by not messing up with my sinuses.
Yeah. We still got 12 hours.
Right?
You might pull it through.
Get some Benadryl.
There's one dude, I don't know, what was that guy's name that sang La Bamba?
Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
Right? He's good.
That guy, he's 20-something years retired from Chicago PD.
Yeah.
And he has the greatest energy.
His stage presence is killer. I have to ask him if he plays like professionally or semi-professionally.
Right. He's a performer. And so, yeah. But he's in the competition tonight, too.
Yeah. So I put him and then you and then me, maybe. Yeah. And I heard that from some of the other performers that we don't have a ton of competition, apparently. That our group was the first, solid group. Yeah, apparently.
So the second quarterfinals, or there wasn't a whole lot of people that showed out, huh?
Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
We might have a chance.
I'm excited. The only thing that, to me, that sucks about this specific karaoke gig is they don't have very many good songs that I have sang before. And so it's like trying to find a song that I'm actually willing to sing.
My top songs are not there.
Dude, Simple Man by Shinedown is my jam.
I love that song.
And I've won competitions with that song before.
Yeah.
So when she didn't have it, I was like, no.
My song is a creep. But thank God they don't have it. I would not be able to hit it with my throat being messed up right now.
Yeah. Hey, it's worth a shot, though. That's a damn good song.
Yeah. But fortunately, they do have The Bad Touch by Bloodhound Gang.
Yeah, yeah.
And that doesn't require a lot of singing, and I'm going to make them regret having that song on their song selection tonight.
Yeah. So we met, like I said, at the karaoke, and he came on stage as the dude wearing a Christmas sparkly jacket. It was it was awesome. And I just, on this podcast, my goal, if you will, is to find just authentic people who are cool with being who they are. And they're not carrying around a bunch of masks with them and stuff like that. That's the vibe I got from you. So that's why I asked you to be here.
I appreciate you asking me to be here. And I appreciate it very much as a validation of my journey of being my authentic self.
Yeah.
Instead of being something that people wanted me to be. My journey has led me here to a more authentic me. And in fact, this cruise is a homage to that. When I was a kid in middle school, my dream was to go on the Caribbean, to take a cruise specifically on the Caribbean. And it was inspired by my 6th grade teacher for social studies. The project was to design a cruise ship with your group and then design the itinerary. And then each stop on your itinerary, you had to say something about the country. So it was really creative. And that stuck with me.
That's cool.
And I grew really fascinated with the Caribbean Ocean and the countries in the Caribbean as well, and that has always made me want to be here.
Yeah.
And so now I am 40 years old.
Wow.
And I'm finally doing it.
You're doing it.
And the question is, why didn't I do it before? Life, family, I dedicated myself to a role that I thought I had to fulfill.
I gotcha. Yeah.
And turns out the only role that I really needed to fulfill was the role of being myself. So here I am.
So when you learn to be yourself, and that's the only thing you got to be, what does that look like for you?
It started probably around 8 or 9 years ago, and it was the first time I allowed myself. So a little backstory. I was married 16 years.
Yeah.
And I have 2 boys, 20 and 13. And I figured my role was to be husband and father.
Yeah.
And I went to work. And I took the bus because we couldn't afford a second car. So I left the car there for the person who has the hardest job, which is housewife, or the person, not even housewife, but house person, if you will. But I took the bus, and we didn't make a lot of money. And so my focus was build the life, get the house, you know, get the dog, and get the 2 cars. And I pushed myself super hard in my career. And that has benefited me. Ultimately, I'm a lead software engineer for Meta at the moment.
Wow. That's awesome.
While good, but I also sacrificed a lot of myself to get here in a way that was detrimental, not only to me, but ultimately my marriage.
Yeah.
And she did not want me to sacrifice myself. She wanted me to be who she fell in love with. And I lost myself in those roles. So about 8 or 9 years ago, I recognized that problem and I started this open jam. And so for those unfamiliar with the concept of jam, it's basically musicians getting together and playing whatever. It's like they're like, you five on stage, go.
Yeah.
And we just look at each other, we like something funky in A minor.
Yeah.
Just the bassist goes, the drummer goes, and then off. We're done.
That's awesome.
And it's a blast.
Yeah.
And soon after we started it, we started referring to it as church.
Yeah.
And then people would come in and we'd be like, welcome to church.
Yeah.
And they would give you like a skeptical, huh?
Yeah.
But then they would play. And then we would connect to each other. And like the second most intimate connection with another human being as opposed to the obvious one.
Yeah.
And it's fulfilling on another level.
Yeah.
And it really all started when it was coincidence. Like I found the thing that saved me on accident. And then once I realized it was saving me, it became my mission and a few of the other people's missions in their lives because they had a similar journey to me when they found it.
Yeah.
We need to spread this. Like we need to grow this. And I'm truly honored to say that it has literally saved lives.
Yeah.
There are people that are still on this earth today because of the jam and because of the community that we built. In case that you ever stop in, the jam is currently at the Barrel Room in Portland, Oregon. That's where I'm from. And the jam has been going on, Mike mentioned, 8 or 9 years.
Wow.
We've grown so big that we've had professional musicians. Haru Jones is a drummer for Jack White of the White Stripes.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
And so he came in, he was playing the Moda Center, which is our big stadium or whatever. And so he came in like the night before his show.
Yeah.
And he played with us. And then we were like, what?
Yeah.
It was so cool. He was so good too.
That's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
And so is this something that you started? Was it like you and a couple buddies getting together and just chatting and then boom, this is what we do?
Yeah, that's how it exactly started. It really started as us just wanting to play music and hang out. And it was truly started by another guy. And I came upon it within like a month, like when it started. And he eventually had to leave. Like he left the job. It was at this little bar called the Big Legrowski.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is where the moniker The Dude came from.
Yeah.
Because I also look, if I put on my sunglasses, and I was...
Yeah, when you came up on stage the other night, I was like, all right, I see where the name's coming from.
Yeah. And so that's been my stage name since. And we just started playing.
Yeah.
And there was only like 5 or 6 of us. And we would all get so tired of playing. We would just be outside, and those who smoked and the other ones that didn't. And we would just chat and talk until we got to the point where it's like, all right, you gonna run back in? And they're like, yep. So we just pile back in, and we play for hours. Yeah. And the thing for me was I wasn't a great musician at the time. I wasn't bad. I can carry a beat.
Yeah.
I mean, at the time, I only played drums. And I could carry a beat, and that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah.
But then I was playing with these people who were doing these guitar solos, and I'm just sitting there in awe as I'm playing. I'm just like, I can't believe I get to be here. I can't believe I get to play with these people.
Heck yeah, man. What does that do for your self-worth?
It filled me. Yeah. In a way that I had never been filled before. Yeah. Mind out of the gutter. But...
So what, have you been in Portland like your whole life or?
Mostly. I grew up in Portland. My dad, after he separated with my mom, moved down to Palm Springs. Okay. And then from Palm Springs, I went to college in Arizona, came back to Arizona, to Palm Springs, met my ex-wife in a car accident.
Oh, wow.
On the LA freeway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun story. And
was like y'all bumped into each other? Or?
Yeah. I hit her from behind.
No pun intended.
Well, that happened a month later. But no, but it was great. And then she had her 4-year-old son in the car.
Oh, man.
Who's now my 20-year-old. And
okay.
I adore him immensely.
Yeah. Y'all still have a pretty good relationship?
Oh, a fantastic relationship.
Awesome.
Yeah. He and my 13-year-old have truly helped save me as well.
Yeah. It's funny how that works, isn't it?
Right? You spend your life bending over backwards for these ungrateful little shits until they surprise you, and they're not ungrateful little shits, and they are beautiful young men on their way.
My son got me real good on a podcast a while back. He had just gotten out of boot camp, and he's in the Marine Corps right now.
Yeah.
He's in Okinawa, Japan.
Oh, nice.
But he had just gotten out of boot camp, and I had him on the podcast that I was on at the time. And so I'm sitting there explaining, like, after his mom and I divorced, he was like 11, I think.
Okay, yeah.
And it's like after that, it's like I lost myself completely. And I think I lost myself a long time before that. But
yeah.
So then the next relationship that I had was a freaking dumpster fire. And through that relationship lasted like 3 years. And then I met Raina, my wife now. And it's
Love lady, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree. But
well, that's good.
Throughout those, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, it's like I didn't have the energy to be anybody for anybody except for myself. And I was just barely making it myself. And so I felt like I took so much time from him and his sister because because prior to that, dude, I was fucking dad of the year, like Cub Scout master, soccer coach, all the things, right? And he looks at me and he goes, Dad, he goes, I know you beat yourself up for that and all that. He goes, but the way I saw it, he goes, that was my time to take care of you. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know?
We don't deserve that.
No. But yeah, and so having kids, but there's plenty of times where it's like, what the fuck was I thinking? Why did I do this? But ultimately, man, it's the greatest gift.
Yeah, I got a text. No, so my 20-year-old will drunk dial me, and my ex will literally go, he doesn't drunk dial me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool. But he's texted me and he says, I wouldn't be the man I am proud to be today without you.
Yeah.
And that is coming from the 4-year-old in the back of the car that I hit. To be fair, there was another car involved. Just so you know, it wasn't entirely my fault, but it was truly like, it was almost like somebody had the red curtain and went ta-da and revealed a completely stopped vehicle on a freeway. Yeah. Cars don't stop on a dime. They slide. Apparently, it's something to do with physics. I don't make the rules.
Yeah.
But
so what would you say that the greatest gift that the Jam has given you over the last, you said 8 to 9 years?
Yeah. Fulfillment, community, self-worth, and ability.
Yeah.
I learned how to play the bass guitar there.
Yeah.
And I never played before, but I only picked it up because we didn't have any bassists, and I was like, eh.
Yeah.
And I started playing it, and the more I started playing it, the better I got at the drums, which was weird because I wasn't playing the drums, I was playing the bass. And I'm like, what? And so then I would go back to the drums, and I wouldn't touch the bass for a while, and then I would pick up the bass again, and I was doing stuff on the bass I'd never done before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So what were your instruments?
When I was, I don't know, 12, I think, my mom got a guitar from my grandmother. It was my great-grandfather's.
Yeah.
And in my mom's mind, she thought it was going to help me, I guess, process anger or whatever it was that my poor teenage soul was feeling.
Yeah.
And I never picked it up. And then one day, I was just really freaking mad at her. I got grounded or something. I don't remember, but I was like 14 and I went down and I was sitting in my room and I look over and I look at that guitar and I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Why not? So I pick it up and I start messing around with it. Then I don't put it down for a long time. And so when I say I play guitar, like I have no idea how to play guitar. I don't know any of the, not chords, but what do you call them? Like the scales and all that stuff?
Oh, like music theory.
Yeah.
Talking about Mixolydian.
Right.
Yeah,
and so when I play guitar, I play with a capo. because I can play like 4 or 5 chords and put the capo anywhere on the neck and play any song I want to if I transpose it.
Bar chords, baby.
Yeah. And I would not consider myself an advanced guitar player, but I can play the hell out of some rhythm guitar.
Yeah.
As long as you give me time to transpose the song and figure out where I need to be.
Yeah.
And so for the first, I don't know, 5-6 years, I couldn't sing and play at the same time. I didn't have enough rhythm.
I still struggle.
Yeah. And I don't know. And I honestly believe it's a confidence thing, because it's, if I'm sitting there playing and I'm trying to sing at the same time and I'm noticing that I'm off a little bit, then I'm also convincing myself this is hard. I can't do it. But it's one day I just could.
Yeah.
And so I started being able to play and sing at the same time. Now, if it's a highly complex song or something, that's different. I can't be like finger picking while I'm singing.
Yeah.
But no, when I got out of the Marine Corps, and if I'm being honest, from the time I was 14 till about, 30, 34, music was something that got me attention. It was something that if I busted out my guitar and sang a song, everyone would be like, "Oh my God, you're so good."
That does happen, to
and
be
it
fair.
felt good.
It does feel
And I needed that. It's like I fed off of people's admiration for what I could do.
Your inspiration was admiration.
Yeah. And when I got out of the Marine Corps, I started a band with some of the youth kids, and they were all like 14, 15. I was like 23 at the time. But we started a Christian metal band, and it was really cool because I was like a mentor for them and got them doing something that was fun, that they enjoyed doing. The church let us practice in the youth room, stuff like that.
Having a free practice space is a very difficult commodity.
Yeah. We ended up recording like 4 songs, like our songs, and they were really good. And so after that kind of fizzled out, they all graduated high school, went off, did their thing. One of them, Travis, he was actually one of the guests on here 2 episodes ago, and he started out as a bass player because that's what we needed. Now he plays guitar. He still plays with the other guitarist, Lucas.
Oh, nice.
And he's always, "Come on, dude, we need a jam." And I'm like, "Dude, I just don't have a heart for it anymore." Every now and then, if I'm super emotional, I'll pull out my guitar and play a little bit. But when I say it was a confidence thing, it's once I healed the parts of me that thought that I wasn't enough, or that I was a piece of shit, unworthy of love. It's like once all of those, like I found I'd go to karaoke and I could perform better because I wasn't performing for them. I was doing it because it felt good for me.
There it is. And that's the secret. That's what Jam provides.
Yeah.
And you're doing that with a community of people who are all doing it for the same reason.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful because one of my favorite stories is that there was this guy who came in and he was just, "I just started learning how to play guitar and I love it. It's so much fun, but I can only play 2 chords. Can I play?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, what can you play?" And he's like, "D and then G." So I'm like, "Play D."
Yeah.
G. D. And so he keeps going. And so I'm like, "Hold that." And I'm like pulling people up and like, "Just keep it." And so we jammed around him, and his face, I'll never forget, like ear to ear. "I'm just so happy to be here." Just like me when I first started drumming with these incredible other musicians.
Yeah.
And to be able to give that gift time and time and time again.
Yeah.
Countless times.
Man.
We have given this gift over the last 9 years.
That's freaking
and
beautiful.
Likely will continue to do so over the next 9 or 10, I hope.
Yeah. And one of the other things that you mentioned when I asked you, what is the Jam? What is it giving you? And you said community. That is one thing that I feel us as a nation, and I could be wrong because I don't live everywhere, but I know in East Texas, we have communities, but most of them are structured around a religion or a political view.
Yeah.
And so what about the outliers? What about those of us who don't give a shit about politics, who don't give a shit about religion, and there's a large portion of the world that I'm seeing that's deconstructing Christianity and getting away from the rigid belief systems and stuff that say you got to be this way or whatever. And I created a group called East Texas Healing and Spirituality on Facebook like 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah. And it's because I was in the throes of, because once I left the church, I didn't have any friends or family anymore. And I didn't have any friends or family that weren't still deeply involved with them.
And it's hard to connect with those people still because their identity is based on this ideology or the theology that kind of bound them.
And it's like anytime I would go around them, it's like and I would probably project their judgment onto myself kind of deal, but there would be comments like that I'm slipping away or I'm falling away or the devil's got me and stuff like that. And so I don't want to hang out with people like that while I'm going through this process, period. And so I created that group to be the community of people like
to catch them from falling from the cracks.
For somebody to fall into, like, or somewhere to land.
Yeah, like you slip through the throes of your sack, and then, but I got you.
Yeah.
And that's a jam as well.
Yeah.
So it seems like we did the same thing, but different.
Yeah. Well, and that's the beauty of this. And that's one of the reasons I have this podcast, because if there's somebody that happens to watch it that lives near you and they don't know about you, now they do.
Yeah. Come check us out.
And, but I feel like that community is the thing that we need to build, because I feel like it's been lost to the previous generation and the generation before it. And the elders of those communities are dying and passing on and stuff like that. And there's no one there to continue those communities because most of our generation doesn't believe the same way.
Yeah.
And so we need to, as leaders of our generation, because we're millennials, barely, but we're millennials.
Yeah.
And so it's up to us to like form the communities that are going to be there for our children and their children.
Agreed. And one of the things that I love, I mentioned that I was a huge part of the starting of this thing. I don't run it anymore. I just show up.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in the jam space don't even know that I'm one of the founders.
Yeah.
I'm just Double D or the dude or David or whatever whatever I'm going by. And one of my good friends named Diz has taken on the reins, but Diz came in as a jam participant.
Yeah.
And then he ended up getting a job at the bar. And actually the bar ended up getting bought by another jammer, and it got turned into it's the jam bar now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was really cool. Like somebody loved the jam so much, they literally bought the bar.
Yeah.
And then hired on a bunch of the jammers there. And so that ran for 3 or 4 years or something. And then the bar closed down. It's really tough to run a bar downtown Portland, to be fair.
Yeah.
And then we moved over to a neighboring bar who the owners, so to be clear, it's now at the Barrel Room. The owners of the Barrel Room said, yeah, we'll take it, because they came to the jam. They jammed with us. They're actually incredible musicians, both of them.
Yeah.
Named Jimmy and John. And it's funny because nobody really connects the dots.
Yeah.
But they're both incredible people and incredible musicians, and they're like, yeah, we'll take it on. The sad part, it's not too sad, but the daily drink sales on jam nights float the bar. They don't actually make profit. So the fact that they host jams still 2 nights a week, Sundays and Tuesdays, is a passion project of love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because people just love it so much.
That's phenomenal.
It's a great story.
Yeah. So where do you see yourself going from here? Like, what are your dreams, aspirations, passions?
Wow. Honestly, so I mentioned, like, about a year ago, I separated from my wife. I took time to heal.
Yeah.
I casually keeping my eye out for a partner because I want to live this life with somebody who's enjoying the same shit that I'm enjoying.
Yeah.
They don't have to play music or nothing, but let's just have fun and enjoy life. My children are grown.
Yeah.
I love them. They love me. They have great relationships with them. And I just want to experience life. I want to travel, go to Japan. I want to go to Europe.
Yeah.
I want to see the world like I've always wanted to see.
Yeah.
Now I have the economic resources to do, thanks to my hard work.
Heck yeah.
And now I'm doing it. This is stop one, by the way, brother. Stop one. This is my first time outside the continental United States. I'm 40 years old.
Hell yeah, man.
And I'm finally giving back to myself.
Yeah, I went to Japan when I was in the Marine Corps.
Ooh, how was it?
But it was amazing. Okinawa was an island, so I haven't been to like mainland Japan yet.
Yeah, Japan Junior.
Yeah. So with Japan and the Philippines were the only 2 places I had been out of the country. And up until, I was 38 the first time that I took a cruise and went to Mexico. And if I'm being honest, that cruise sucked. It was on a MSC ship, and the ship itself didn't suck. It was just the experience that I think that where my wife and I were at the time, being in a small cabin like that on a ship for 7 nights was probably not the best thing for us.
It's like an escape room, but not fun.
Yeah. But now, man, I mean, we've stuck together. We've healed parts of ourselves that were getting in the way and stuff like that. And so now, man, I love cruising. And this is our second one in the last 3 months. Oh. And we fully intend on every 2 to 3 months trying to get out on a cruise somewhere.
We're going to have to make sure we're on the same one again.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, that's it, man. But I like the way when you say now I'm doing it. Like, so much of us, we want to do these things. We're passionate about something. We aspire to do things. But what gets in the way is all of the limitations that come in the form of fear. It's like, I want to go on a cruise every 2 or 3 months. But then if I have a thought that says, you don't have the money for that, or you don't have this, or
you have familial obligations. You're
right.
a father. You can't do that. And it's honestly, there was probably a reality where I could have.
Yeah.
There was probably a reality where I could have traveled, taken the family to Japan.
Yeah.
I will say that there was a lot of naysaying from people I was close with saying that, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. No, your children need stability. And honestly, though, like, my kid has loved this trip.
Yeah.
This is his first time outside the country. He's 13 years old. Why couldn't we have done it earlier?
Exactly.
And it was just the whole fear. It was fear. I don't know if this is a good move for the kids.
Yeah.
Brother, you lead, they will follow. And I learned that way too late.
Yeah, and kids are resilient as hell.
They are.
Probably a lot more resilient than we are as adults.
They have proven that to me during the course of the separation. They really are. And I don't talk to them about my feelings and my hurt and my wounds. But the 20-year-old, unfortunately, was made aware of my ex's disinterest about 4 years before the relationship ended. And the unfortunate bit was that he had to listen to his mom lament me.
I got you.
He's like, that's my dad. I love him. You should talk to him, go to counseling. And she's like, no, but she just continued to drag it on while I knew there was something wrong, but I couldn't.
And to me, that's the unfortunate part about divorce and when parents separate and stuff like that, because you're not helping anyone by talking bad about someone else. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter who it is. And like, when you teach your kids that that's okay, then that one, it confuses them because they love both of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's also, and I always just said to myself, if I felt like my ex-wife or her new husband or anything like that was talking bad about me or anything, like, my kids would come home and say, hey, they said this, and I'd be like, guys, I ain't worried about it. Look, y'all know who I am.
Yeah.
Y'all are in both of these households, so make up your own mind.
It's unfortunate that is happening.
Yeah.
It doesn't involve us. You want to get some ice cream?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But yeah, and so that's teaching them. So changing subject a little bit, are you familiar with the mirror principle?
I am not.
Okay, so the mirror principle is the idea that everything we experience in life is a direct reflection of what we believe, right? So it's like, now we could go to an extreme and say, if I believe that what is the color blue is actually green, that my perception will actually change to reflect that. Now, that's an extreme version because obviously you have to deconstruct old beliefs to form new beliefs, right?
Correct, yeah.
And I can sit here and say, I believe that gravity doesn't exist, but I'm not going to float away because I've been taught my whole life that gravity does exist.
Yeah.
And so to deconstruct that belief system would probably take lifetimes.
It's the same reason they don't pull adults out of the Matrix.
Yeah. But so like now, and we talked a little bit about the 4 agreements before we got started here.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what that book is about. Like, it's got the 4 agreements itself, which are phenomenal practices, by the way. If you practice the 4 agreements, your life is bound to change for the better, period.
It sounded great. I'm actually going to be keeping an eye on those as I go. Like, one thing, what was it? It was the specific...
Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personal. Don't
take anything personal, and don't make assumptions. Those are 2 big ones that I realize I need to work on.
Yeah.
Don't take anything personally. That's a big one for me.
Yeah. When you start bringing your awareness to how often and how much you actually make assumptions, it's insanity. Like you're strolling through Walmart, you see someone dressed a certain way and you automatically assume that because of the way they're dressed that they're this or this.
Yeah.
Right?
Assumptions about how people feel about you.
Yeah.
Too. That's like a big source of anxiety that I have to quell. And
Right.
that's why I took a long time to heal.
Yeah.
And to get better at that, because I made a lot of assumptions about how people feel about their reflection on me as a person. And I was just attacking myself.
Right.
Based on an assumption. I don't know how they actually feel.
Yeah. And then the assumptions also affect how you interact with them.
Yeah.
It's like if you're assuming, like, dude, I was really bad about assuming that everyone just thought I was a piece of shit. That everyone knew about all the bad things I had done. That everyone was judging me. And so, of course, when I interacted with people, it was from a place of like they were superior to me. And I didn't believe myself worthy of this or this. And so there was no confidence there.
Yeah.
And now, if I assume anything at all, it's that everybody loves me the way I love them. And that's the best thing to do. But it's hard. It's hard to get away from that. But
it really is.
Awareness is the first step to any lasting change, period. And the minute that you focus your awareness and you put intention into, okay, I'm going to notice how much I do this one thing because I want to change it, because I want to feel better, because I want to grow.
Yeah.
Then you got it.
Yeah. One thing that gets me is the whole have confidence in yourself, just be yourself. But it's really hard to do that when you project a negative self-image. And that's why people are like, you don't worry about what anybody else said. These are all blanket statements. I really think the people that are saying it don't actually understand. And so the four that you shared with me seem to state it more succinctly than anybody else really has. I realized like points 2 and 3 are like the source of my anxiety and my self-doubt. I have nothing to doubt.
Yeah.
I'm a fun person. I have this event that I helped start that has literally saved lives and has brought me fulfillment. I have 2 boys that are amazing. I work a cool job. What am I worried about? But it doesn't mean that I don't have room to grow. It doesn't mean I don't make mistakes. It doesn't mean, though, actually, I do have nights where I have doubt and it's crippling. And I feel that hurt and that loneliness, and it sucks. But eventually, the next day, or maybe the day after that, depending on how bad the episode is, I am back singing on stage in a fucking Santa hat and a shiny jacket.
Yeah. And I think there's a certain ebb and flow. When you talk about periods of depression, periods of loneliness, periods of downed energy, if you will.
Yeah.
I think it's part of the ebb and flow of life. And if you think from a dualistic view, you can't experience happiness or joy without also the chance of experiencing sadness.
I agree.
Like they're partners.
Yep.
And so it's a wish to experience love, romantic love, then you also must be willing to experience loss.
I love that.
And that's the deep, hard truth about loving somebody is because they're either going to leave you or they're going to die.
Yeah. The next partner is going to be appreciated that much more because of the loss.
Yeah.
And I feel like one of the things after the 16 years is we didn't know loss. We had each other. The relationship was good for a good amount of time. And then it silently crumbled apart due to lack of communication. Unfortunate, but I was wanting to go to counseling and they did not.
Yeah.
Not a choice that I could make her make. She had to choose to want to choose me. She chose not to choose me.
Yeah.
What can I do?
I can see that wound's still a little fresh for you. Yeah, man.
And it will be fresh for a while.
Yeah.
It will be healed as I continue to choose myself. As I continue to be on this fucking cruise ship and traveling with my children and loving with my friends. We had a Friendsgiving, by the way. Brother.
Great idea.
I'm going to show you some pictures. A lot of us cook. I'm a barbecue chef as well. I cook a delicious turkey.
Heck yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
I saw a comedian the other day. And it wasn't a comedian. I think it was Donald Trump, if I remember. And I don't know if it was like an AI thing or not, but he was like, no, it was JD Vance.
Okay.
He was on a freaking interview or something, and he's talking shit about turkeys. He's like, every Thanksgiving, we get together and we eat turkeys, but no one ever just is honest and says, I don't fucking like turkey.
Because they haven't had my turkey.
Exactly.
No, so every turkey that I have is dry. It is funny. A friend of mine texted me. In fact, I'm her bassist, Mickey XO on Spotify. Check her out. But she texted me and she's like, yeah, I went to my family's Thanksgiving and the turkey was awful. So I ranted and raved about yours for a little bit. But I told him that it was one of the best I've ever had. I didn't have the heart to tell him it was the best I've ever had. No, the problem is with turkey, if I can nerd out about it for a small amount, is the problem with turkey is that any poultry, if you elongate the cook, right, it dries out really fast. Like dried meat doesn't retain the moisture. So you have to brine it. And then you have to do it hot enough where it cooks quick enough. So 275 is a good way to do that. But it needs to be able to get some of that smoke in as well. So hot enough to not dry it out, but there's like a sweet spot. Also gets prolonged exposure to smoke. Yeah. So that is the quintessential. And by the way, make sure you get that seasoning under the skin, on the breast meat. Yeah. Trust me on this one. Just get it in there. Get the seasoning on top. Baste it in butter every 45 minutes to an hour. Nice. On 275 on a Traeger.
I cheat, man. I'll take, you know what Creole butter is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take Creole butter and I'll inject the whole bird and then I'll fry it.
That's not cheating. That hot and fast is why it's juicy.
Yeah. And that fried turkey, like I grew up eating baked turkeys and my mom tried everything. My ex-wife tried everything. I'm putting it in a brown paper bag, all kinds of different things. But the first time I fried a turkey, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never not going to do this now.
Because it's juicy. Yeah. And everyone complains that turkey is dry and lame because they prepare it wrong. So even at 275, you have to be very careful about the amount of time that it spends exposed to heat because it will lose the moisture. Yeah. They get the brine. Or if you don't brine it, just inject it with Creole butter and just flash fry the fucker. Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah. So when I mentioned the mirror principle a second ago, and, all of it's welcome. Like we're talking about all kinds of stuff. And it's funny because that's how these podcasts usually go is we have little points we hit, but ultimately it's just two people getting together and bullshitting and having a good time.
Hell yeah.
And that's what I like to do. And so here I am doing it. You know what I mean? But the mirror principle, when I say reality reflects back to you what you believe. Now, to me, that includes the things that I say, the things that I hold as conscious beliefs, but more deeply, the things that are subconscious beliefs. And subconscious beliefs are what we would call programming or indoctrination. And one of the biggest things for me was growing up believing that because I was a sensitive person, because I cried during movies, stuff like that, that I was like too feminine.
I cry during movies.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but sometimes.
And so I was, and I didn't know what it was called at the time. I know now that I was ashamed of my femininity. And that's based on growing up in Texas around men that would project masculinity as this tough, like, gotta be a badass and whatever. But that's like a core belief that I held for a long time. And so dismantling that core belief to not only accept the feminine side of me, but to own it and fucking live in it. And honestly, that I feel like that part of me, like we're all a mix of femininity and masculinity, and it's a perfect balance. Some are like 60-40, some are like 90-10, whatever. Sure. And I don't know what I am, but like when I dismantled that core belief, it freed me. Yeah. It freed me to not feel shame when I cried in Titanic. It freed me to like not have a problem with giving men hugs and telling them I love them and stuff like that.
We are huggers. Yeah. Everyone gets a hug and everyone is told I love you. We love it.
Yeah. But as an example, that's a core belief, right? And often core beliefs are the things that get in our way from us being and doing and reflect and having reality reflect back to us the life that we want. Yeah. And so I guess my next question for you is, what if there's any core beliefs that you can identify right now that are preventing you from living your best life?
Oh, I love that. I love that. Core beliefs, programming that stop me from living my best life. I'll say that like the world of dating has been difficult because there's a lot of bullshit on social media saying you gotta be this, you gotta be that, you gotta be a leader. It's women's choice out there just because of the nature of how things are. And so this isn't, by the way, any toxic masculinity based whatever. It's just the state of things at the moment. Like apps have introduced this idea that it's like shopping, and it's like really cheapened the dating process. And I've been out of the game for 16 years. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And I think the conclusion that I'm coming to is just, honestly, you don't have to know what the fuck you're doing. Just fuck. And here it is. Just be yourself.
Yeah, just be yourself.
Go to the karaoke, and there's a guy who sang a song and it literally made me cry.
Yeah?
It was so beautiful. Not at this one, but there's in Portland, there's this gay bar called Badlands.
Yeah.
And this guy was just sitting on a stool, like spinning and just like singing this song. But it was so beautiful. I just had tears in my eyes. I'm like, I can't stop.
Yeah.
These tears. Oh my God. This is so good. And not being ashamed of that. Who cares? Like, I was moved.
Yeah.
Just enjoy being moved.
Yeah.
If some girl looks at that and goes, eh.
Yeah. That's a her problem, not a you problem.
It's like, okay, like, I'm still moved. So
yeah, it's like chicks like that are like the ones that are like, man, I can never find a sensitive, soft man that takes care of me. But that's because you're looking for all the ones that aren't crying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It doesn't mean I'm not fucking tough. It doesn't mean that I can't throw down. It doesn't mean that I'm not doing cool shit, that I'm not brave and taking the world head on. I'll also watch The Lake House and cry. Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
Good movie, by the way. Yeah. But so the thing that stops me, though, is doubt. Because I've been being myself, but it's still not working. Maybe because I just haven't found the person that will appreciate it yet. And that doubt, though, is that true? Or is there something more that I need to work on within myself? And that is that doubt, that programming of, do I need to be different? Do I need to change more? Is there another level of me that I haven't found yet that will be the bridge of success? I recently overcame the desire to work out and go to the gym for me. That was hard. At first I did it as like, I need to be sexy. And I'm like, I go to the gym on a bad day and I come out feeling better, which never happened in my life. I've tried. I was like, no, I'm going to go and I'm going to feel better. And like, I never did. I felt worse. It was shitty. I didn't feel any fulfillment at all. But now I'll have a night of crippling depression and self-doubt, and then I'll make myself go to the gym. By the time I come out, I'm feeling better.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's working now. It just is.
Yeah.
So I found that, and I guess it's through those little things, but that doubt still nags at me.
Yeah.
When I watch a woman that I'm curious about choose another man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've been here the whole time. Why didn't you look my way? She might have her own reasons. Maybe she doesn't like long hair.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm too outlandish, but is that a problem? No, it's not. So that has been difficult for me.
Yeah,
for sure.
I see. On that, I guess to me, that's where trust and surrender come in, right? Yeah. And I don't know anything about the spiritual side of you. You know what I mean?
You may ask, yeah.
But for me, that's where trust and surrender. And when I say surrender, like that once was a trigger word because I was raised in Christianity my whole life. I didn't leave it till I was 36 years old and deconstruct it and all that kind of stuff. But to me, it's like, I know that the universe is always conspiring in my favor. Now, the common question is, okay, what's the universe? Some people call it God, some people call it spirit, source, whatever. And to me, that part doesn't matter. To me, we are the universe expressing itself through infinite personalities, infinite perceptions, and stuff like that. And like you and I are the same. We have the same internal thing that makes us alive. And that's what I refer to as the universe.
Yeah. The universe is a collective of peoples existing harmoniously, ideally.
Yeah. If you look at the cycle of, in a forest, right? A tree branch falls down. It lays on the ground, and then fungus starts growing on it, and it decomposes, and it becomes part of the earth again. Mm-hmm. That's all part of the process of that specific ecosystem. And then, but that cycle is everywhere, all around us.
That's a great analogy, by the way, because people could look at the fallen branch as a poor thing that happened.
Yeah.
The fallen branch could be a divorce.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a constant cycle of death and rebirth and death and rebirth and death and rebirth. And that's
why you picked your name.
Yeah. That's what we dude, there's a whole ass energy behind that. But that's what we all go through, right? But so like when I say trust and surrender, right? When I say the universe is always conspiring in my favor, even now. Right? And to me, that means that it doesn't matter what's going on in my life. It doesn't matter who I come across. It doesn't matter what bad thing or good thing happens. The universe is always conspiring in my favor. It's always going to contribute to my life in a way that benefits me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you just have to see it.
And so like when you doubt, if there's some girl you're interested in and she's not interested in you, there's a variety of meanings you can give that, but nothing has meaning until we assign it. And so in that moment, you can say, she doesn't like me because I'm this.
Or whatever.
And then all that does is reverberate all the bullshit, all the doubt. Or you can say, she doesn't like me because the universe is hooking me up and keeping me away from whatever that is.
Yeah, it could be very, like, if she's not about it in the first go round or the first, whatever, if she's just not about it, what, you gonna make her be about it? No thanks. I would like to be chosen, thank you. I don't want to have to coerce a woman to be into me. That seems silly.
And that's like why I never got why people pretend to be something other than themselves.
That's because of doubt and all the bullshit social media and all the bullshit advice out there. And when people just flat platitudes at you, like, oh, just be yourself. They're hitting the mark, but they don't quite understand what they're saying. I think ultimately it boils down to something simple. And this sounds like a platitude in itself, but there will be a woman who will like you for you.
Yeah.
And they'll be about it.
Yeah.
Everything that you are, they will be about it.
Yeah.
And I just have to wait.
I'm all about vibrational frequencies and stuff too. Like in, spiritual community, let's raise your vibration. Why the fuck do you do that?
What does that mean?
Right? To me, that's your vibration is based in how you feel day to day. Like shame is a very low vibration.
Oh yeah.
And that's why shame pairs well with alcohol, because it's like both of them are low vibratory things, right? Yeah. And then authenticity is the highest vibration that we can admit. And below that is love.
Yeah.
But so from a vibrational frequency standpoint, when you're looking for a partner, for somebody to travel with and do all the things with, if your vibration's here and you're looking for women that are in this vibration, it's not a match.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? And so you have to wait for somebody who's there with you. And if you pretend to be something you're not, all you're doing is snuffing out your own vibration.
That is great advice. That's great. You're right. I will lower myself, or sometimes I will. So we're talking about it as if it's a single hierarchical structure, and that's not
right. It's not linear.
Exactly. It's not linear. But I will adjust the positioning of my vibration to try to match what I'm perceiving this person I'm curious about to be into.
Yeah.
But that's what they mean by just be yourself, because I'm not being myself. That's being what I think that they want. And I'm not doing that currently, and have stopped doing that a while ago. But even still, like, that's when you read or see stupid posts and you're just like, well, I don't know, should I?
And here's the beauty behind all of that. And I believe this with everything in me, is because when Raina and I met, I had zero intention of meeting anybody. Like, I wasn't trying at all. And it was just like we collided, and not only did our relationship she felt like home, I felt like home, like we were just like, this is it. But it was also the beginning of probably the greatest growth period of my life, because I had to face all the parts of myself that were destructive to myself.
That's exciting.
And she had to do the same thing. But like, from the vibrational frequency, if you can find who you are vibrationally, be confident, love yourself in that place, like, you are naturally going to attract other people at that same vibration, and one of them is going to be the love of your life.
Totally.
And so the beauty is, you don't have to do a fucking thing except take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And then these people start showing up. The people, for example, the people that I want to interview on my podcast, the people that I want to be guests. Like, I told the universe, if you will, before I got on the ship, I was like, I want to do a couple podcast episodes while I'm on the ship. Bring me the people that, are going to do this. Bring me the people, and I'll just resonate with them. My discernment will be like, yep, that's the fucking dude. And that's happened. And you're one of 3 that I'm interviewing on this podcast, on the ship. And to me, that's just, it's so exciting, because it's not like I went and I'm like constantly searching, right?
Like, oh.
We interacted naturally.
We did.
We happened to be in the same karaoke competition. And so our vibrations immediately saw each other and we're like, yep, that's it.
This fucking guy.
Yeah. And I didn't even ask you to be on the podcast that night. It was like the next day I happened to be in the same hot tub as you were.
No, you stepped into the pool area or the hot tub or whatever it was, and I was just like, Phoenix. Yeah. And you're like, hey. Thankfully I was wearing my sunglasses. The dude.
But yeah, it's just like, there's one thing I can encourage people to do, man. It's just be yourself. Love who the fuck that is, and wait and be patient and just surrender to all of the beautiful things that will come that match that vibration.
And that's what it means. Like that, if there's one takeaway from this conversation for both myself and anybody watching, is that's what it means.
Yeah.
Like we get too focused on the destination, which is the end objective. Find the girl, find the guy, build the life, that we forget about the journey to get there and all the fun that we could have along the way.
Yep.
And while I'm eagerly anticipating, at the same time, I'm going to walk away from this and from here on forward, remembering my journey is just beginning, and I'm just gonna enjoy the fucking ride.
That's what we're here for. Have fun and do human shit.
I finally get to travel.
Yeah.
Like the naysayers in my life have politely excused themselves. Thank you. I get to do the shit that I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, that's huge, man. Like when you have an idea, you want to do something, like I've learned that the last thing I want to do is talk to anybody about it that's going to tell me why I can't do it or why I shouldn't do it. You know what I mean? And that's, you might say that creates an echo chamber, and maybe it does. But if I was like, hey man, I want to go cause a bunch of destruction and hurt people, like obviously most people are going to be like, blah, blah, blah. But like my spirit wouldn't condone that anyway. Yeah. My discernment wouldn't be like, yeah, Brad, that's a good idea. But if I'm like, hey, I'm going to start a podcast, like I have everyone in my life, man, has been like, that's fucking awesome. Hell yeah, do it. And I haven't had a single person like, nah, man. No one's going to listen to you. My own internal thoughts have, of course, and that's the difference, is being able to identify that's not me. Yeah. The voice in my head that's telling me I'm a failure, that's still an unhealed wound. Yeah. That's a little boy that was told he couldn't do something. Now, I want to dive into one more thing before we cut it off. And when I said be impeccable with your word, the first agreement, to me, that means that everything that comes out of your mouth either creates or destroys. So every time you have that doubt, the thoughts that run through your head, if they come out of your mouth, they just become more powerful. I almost said something earlier when you were like, oh man, my voice is going to give me so much trouble tonight. That's not what you want, is it? It's not.
Physically, I cannot control that.
But if you start saying, I just woke up like that, but by tonight it's going to be perfect. I'm going to sing. I'll believe that for you.
Considering I'm not singing much for the bad touch, it's a lot of white boy rap.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll be okay. And it's in a lower register. I'll be okay.
I can't wait to see it, man. Can't wait to see
I'm going to make them regret having that song on this ship.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, oh God, we have that. We should not play that song anymore.
We should replace it with some of the other songs that people actually want to sing. Yeah. But
I was so surprised when I was coming up with a list of songs to sing or whatever. Because again, I'm actually new to singing. I mentioned this before. I only started singing about a year ago when my guitarist was like, hey, I signed us up for karaoke. I'm like, I've never done it before. He's like, I know. And I'm like, what am I doing? He's like, you're doing Creep. And I'm like, oh, fuck you.
Nice. But you did it.
I did. Yeah. Oh, and it was an enlightening, because I hit that crescendo. Uh-huh. I wish I could do it now, but I know I'm going to tear up my voice doing it. But I hit that crescendo or that run.
Yeah.
And I said, fuck it, send it. And I held the microphone up high and I just belted it as big as I could. And the entire crowd knew it was my first karaoke, and I held it and they were just like,
yeah, hell yeah, man.
And it felt so good. And I'm just like, wow, I did it.
You're like, now I know I can do that.
I did it. And I've always wanted to sing.
Yeah.
Ever since I was little, I've wanted to sing.
Yeah. Got a couple minutes left.
Got you.
And I try to end this with, I've been learning as I go, but this is what I think I'm going to start ending these episodes with, is just asking you, if there is one thing, one statement that you could make to your younger self, what would it be? Knowing what you know today and having gone through everything you've gone through.
You can be who you are, and you don't need the people that don't like it.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking powerful.
And you would think, because all of the relationships that you do have are filled with naysayers, but if I do that, I'll be alone.
Yeah.
But no, your vibration, as you put it, will attract the ones that resonate with your true self.
And that's where you find your family.
And while it sounds hokey pokey, platitude, whatever, but it's true. I mean, we met.
Yeah.
And all of the jam. The jam was not intended to be something that saved me. The jam was just something that I wanted to do just for fun, but it ended up saving me. And I got to be myself there.
Yeah.
And that's where I learned that you can do that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. I love it. All right, man. Thanks for coming. I'm glad we're connected on Facebook. So we'll stay in touch, and maybe a few months from now, have you on again virtually or on a ship or whatever we do.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on the show. It was a good time.
Absolutely. Thanks for hanging out, guys. This was The Inner Alchemy. Thanks for watching, and subscribe, do all the things for more, and I'll see you next time.
Instagram, dd.rhythm. If you're curious, I have a bunch of pictures of my barbecue on there and my music.
Hell yeah. Connect with them.